And now I get the honors of announcing the game of the week in week 10 of Are You Hungry Fantasy Football. 7-2 Broccoli against 7-2 Fugazi. Winner takes first place in the league and most likely clinches a at least top 3 seed in the playoffs. That's just a guess, but whatever. Right now, 58% favorite for Fugazi, coming off a loss, which obviously I had to mention, against Broccoli. I have no idea. Oh, I think Broccoli did win their last game. Yeah, Broccoli's a powerhouse too. Obviously, a great matchup here. I'm going to get right into the QBs. Sorry, I am your co-host, Nikki Stills. Bobby Bubbles is not with me, obviously. And here we go. Jaden Daniels against Pittsburgh. Less than 25 points, definitely. Pittsburgh has a great defense. I don't know if Brian Robinson is playing. Let me check that, but I'm not going to check that right now. But I don't think it's going to be a crazy game out of Jaden. They play conservative. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Hard-fought game, but low-scoring. 25 is generous against the Steelers' defense. Give me 20 out of Jaden at most. Against Brock, I mean, that's another tough thing for him. But, I mean, he's got his weapons back. With McCaffrey there, it opens up the passing game because, obviously, Tampa's going to have to worry about McCaffrey now. The beast. Best running back in the league. I like Purdy there by a little more. Chase Brown, 13.4 points. Can't complain about that. Solid running back numbers. Bijan, I love this week. Give me another long touchdown for Bijan. At least 15 points for him. Against Gibbs and Mixon. I mean, these are 4 great running backs right now. Gibbs, I said I like the passing game a little more for Detroit tonight. But I do like Gibbs more than Montgomery for sure this week. I will every week for the rest of the year. I think he'll explode for another touchdown. Definitely get you double-digit points. Around the same amount as Bijan and Chase, honestly. And then Mixon, you get your 2 running backs Sunday night. I think it'll come down to that. Let me just make sure. Yeah, all Broccoli's players are 1 o'clock and 4:25. And then you got Fairbairn and the 2 running backs Sunday night. So that's going to be that'll be fun. You get to root for both sides of the ball. Mixon, I mean, Lions haven't given up 100 yards to a running back in 700 days. That's a fact. And it probably will not be tonight, but Mixon will probably get in for a touchdown at the 2-yard line or whatever, maybe even 2. And I think they'll do checkdown soon. I think he'll get some passing yards or receiving yards there. So I like Mixon for around, I mean, I double digits obviously again. I like Mixon for around 15 as well. I mean, I think all these projections that CBS has are pretty accurate for these running backs. So if I had to pick a side, I'd go with Chase Brown and Bijan's side because I think Bijan has a great day. But honestly, these running backs are all interchangeable. Malik Neighbors has 3 points right now as I'm speaking. Not great for your wide receiver 1. And Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton's not doing anything against the Chiefs today, if we're being honest. Less than 40 yards. I mean, that Chiefs team's going to destroy the Broncos. I don't know why they're only 7.5-point favorites. I would take that in a heartbeat. A.J. Brown, he's playing today against the Cowboys, but I still think it'll be more of a Saquon and Devontae day. I mean, but you never know. I think Brown could easily, especially against the division rival, he loves these games. He could explode. You never know. He could have that cross over the middle, take to the sideline, 60-yard touchdown. But I don't see it. I think A.J. Brown scores less than 10 points this week. Calvin Ridley, Calvin. Against the Chargers, no. Less than 6 points for you. So obviously, this is a very weak wide receiver matchup in my opinion. If I had to pick, I'd go A.J. Brown and Ridley's side. They have a higher upside, especially with Neighbors. Most likely get a finish with like 3 points. Tight ends, McBride, one of the best tight ends in fantasy this year, and I think that continues. I think he scores a touchdown. I mean, I know I'm just handing out touchdowns like that, but McBride will score a touchdown against the Jets, that's going to be a great game. Versus Komet. Love Komet this week. Komet scores a touchdown. Outperforms McBride. Don't ask me why, but Komet will have a great week this week. Bigsby versus Aaron Jones. I mean, Fugazi loves his running backs this year. 2 running backs at the flex. You don't see that too often, I don't think. Tank, he's had some great games this year, and he's had some bad games this year. I like it this week because of Mac Jones. I promise you right now, there will be the ratio of rushing attempts to passing attempts is going to be insane for that team. I mean, I know Minnesota has a great defense, but I think it's smart to start Tank there. Let me just make sure I wouldn't change anything. Yeah, Jacobs and Walker on their buys. That sucks, especially this week. But no, I still like it. You have depth. So it's a solid flex option. I think he scores right around where he's projected, 7 points. I mean, obviously you want more than that, but I think they give him big chunk plays. Yeah, he's a good option there at the flex. 7 points for Tank, you'll take it, trust me. And then on the other side of that game, you have Aaron Jones against the Jaguars, who do not have a good defense, and Aaron Jones will have a 30 point fantasy game, which will be the reason, spoiler alert, why Fugazi wins. Brandon Aubrey, best kicker in the league, will be the best of all time at some point, versus Fairbairn. Doesn't really matter. Give me Aubrey because the Cowboys are going to score some points, and I don't think many of them will be touchdowns. So give me Aubrey. They'll take the points that they can get as long as they're past midfield. They'll get the points that they get. They'll take the points that they can get, which is why Aubrey will have a lot of long field goals and will outscore Fairbairn. Chiefs defense against the Broncos, love that. Bears defense against the Patriots, love that. Yeah, those are two of some of the best defenses you could have this week. Even though the Broncos are supposed to be a good team, it's still the Chiefs. So, I mean, give me the Bears if I had to pick there. Great matchup here. I think it's going to be very close, but I do think Aaron Jones puts Fugazi over the edge there. 124, 117, Fugazi Columar.